Hello everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to my channel. In this video, we are going to install this quite popular tool called a screenshot to code on our local system, and then we will give it a screenshot of a web page and we will ask it to convert it into a functional code, and that is what it does. It's a simple tool which takes as an input a web page screenshot or a Figma design or a mockup, and then it converts it into a functional code. There are a lot of stacks which it supports. For example, it supports HTML, Tailwind, Vue, React, Bootstrap, SVG, Ionic, and few more. It works well with GPT-4o or Anthropic's Claude Sonnet 3.5 model, and also it works with replicates hosted models like Flux, Schnell, or Delhi 3, and there is also a way of using it with Olama. So I have divided it into two videos. In this one, I'm going to install it and use it with OpenAI's model. And in the other video, which I will also release soon, I will be showing you how you can use it with Olama. But a word of disclaimer, it really works well with hosted models. The quality of Olama based models, due to various factors around quantization and stuff, it doesn't work that well. So if you're looking to do it in the production environment or trying to do something serious, I would highly suggest go with hosted models, either OpenAI's GPT-4o or Claude's Sonnet 3.5 model. Okay, so now you know what exactly this tool is. Let's go and try to get it installed. Before I do that, let me introduce you to the sponsors of the video, who are AgentQL. AgentQL is a query language that turns any web page into a data source. With its Python SDK and live debugging tool, you can scrape and interact with web content. AgentQL works on any page, it is resilient, it is reusable, and it structures the output according to the shape of your query, and I will drop the link to their website in video's description. I am running Ubuntu 22.04, but you can use it wherever you have Docker installed in Windows or on the Mac. First step, let me git clone the repo of this, and I will drop the link to it in video's description. So the repo is cloned and we are into that. Next step is to grab your API key from your provider. If you are using Anthropic, grab their API key. I have this OpenAI, so I'm going to put in my key here and I will clear the screen, and that is a paid option as I mentioned earlier. I have set my key in the environment variable. Next, I'm just putting it in the .env file. And this is interesting. Even if you put this in this .env file later down the road, you would have to also put it in their interface. Anyway, I will show you when we get to it. Now I will be using Docker for this, so make sure that you have a recent version or ideally latest version of Docker installed. I have this latest version. So if you don't know how to install Docker, please search my channel. I already have covered that on the channel. Next, from the root of the repo, you would need to run this command, which is going to download and build all the layers for you. So let me run it. And it has started downloading and building all the layers of this. It is composed of two parts. One is a front end and the other one is back end. It installs the back end first and then it moves on to the front end, as you can see on your screen, and this takes around a minute or so let's wait. And everything is installed and running. Next, let's access it on our local system at port 5173. Let's wait for it to get loaded. There you go. So we have this screenshot to code running here. I always try to set it out to the dark mode, so click on cog this button here. So let me show you again. So on the top left, click on this cog button and then you will see that and you have seen my OpenAI's API key. Now it has grabbed it. Anyway, so I will don't worry, I'm going to regurgitate it once the video is done. Okay, because I'm already on the verge of bankruptcy due to these API credits. Anyway, so I'm just changing this app theme to dark mode. That is much better, and that's pretty much it. Click on save and that is save. So this is what it is. Now let me show you the real demo. So I'm clicking here. You can even drag drop. So I'm just going to give it a screenshot of my channel. You see, I just uploaded it on the left hand side. It is generating the code. Let's wait for it to get generated. Shouldn't take too long. I will let it run so that you would also see the speed of it. And by the way, another thing is that when you can select your different code options from here. So I'm just going to go the default one, and there you go. So see how good it looks. It has already scraped it, it has created it into the code. And in order to see the code, you see on the top right, click on this code, and there is our HTML code here. Let me copy the whole code by clicking here. I'm going to put it in one of the files, which is, I believe, my code. I'm just going to open it in my notepad, and then I'll just replace it. So I'm just text editor. I'm just going to remove this from here and paste this one, save it, and I'm just doing it in front of you so that you would see what is happening, and open with Firefox. This is our HTML file. How good that looks. So of course, there are few Google related things which it hasn't shown, but you can see that it has generated the code and I have recreated it from there. Another thing which we can do is that go back here and then go to desktop, or you could see it in the mobile one. This is the mobile view. In the desktop one, you see that how good this looks. Now you can ask the AI to, for example, change the background color to deep blue, and then click on update. And I will also tell you later when it is done that how much it has charged me on my OpenAI's account. But let's first finish this and then I will tell you. Let's wait for it. And there you go, we have our deep blue. How good that looks. So I mean, you can see that coding, web design, and all this is becoming so easy. And if you go to internet and search for this sort of thing where people are selling Figma mockups, designs, mockups, and that sort of stuff with a boilerplate HTML, I think they are in real trouble with due to this. Not only it just generates this whole web page in a proper code where you can simply customize it or just go from there. So which is crazily is interesting. Also you can create different versions if you like, and then you can go from there. Also if I you can download it by the way from here. You can also select and update if you like. I'm just going to exit the selection, so you can do that too. If I click on resize, it takes me back. Another option which is still in preview, it is not fully functional, but you can either upload a screen recording or record the screen from here. So if I click here and then I'll just select any, maybe I'll just select the same one, who cares, and then click allow, and then it is recording at the moment. You can just say whatever you like, and then .com. So this is my own website. You can import from the code, and then you can stop the recording, and then it is, you can click on generate. It has just generating the same website because I didn't go there. So this is how you can also use that. I have found out that this still takes a lot of time and it is a bit expensive. And by the way, the previous one which I ran, it cost me around 18 cents, so it is still a bit slightly expensive. So yeah, so this is quite interesting. And as I said that there are few things which are still, I think they are creasing out around screen recording, but other than that, this is crazy. Also, you've seen that it doesn't retain a lot of settings whenever we reload the page, which is interesting. As you can see that I had to go back here. But all in all, you can see that really good stuff, really good tool, lot of options there. I will drop the link to it in video's description. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.